Okay, now what we want to do, we want to talk about print ln and so forth. So what we're going to do now is let's take this ln part and well, let's take a look at this first. In our notes, probably should just go to our notes. In programming, printing, number 3, printing means to display the output on the screen. So printing does not mean to send a job to the printer so you can get a hard copy or a paper copy. Printing means to display the output of a program on the screen. The ln, which is right here, this is not a 1, this is an L. The ln in that phrase means line. And so print ln means to print what's in the parentheses and then go to the next line. So what happens is the program will print my new and improved, and then because of the ln it'll go to the next line down, and then as you see here, here's where it went to here, and then the insertion point went down here to the next line down. So the next thing that was to be printed was first Java application that would print on the next line down. Okay, so now what I need you to do is, if you're doing this, is to take the ln and remove that in the first print statement, and then compile it. And by the way, sometimes it's good to just to clear this. You have compile messages, they're just going to keep piling up. So if you do clear, it kind of keeps it clean. And then I'm going to run it. And so we can see what it did the first time was printed on 2 lines, and now it's printing on 1 line. And so why is that? Well, that's because there is no ln here to say go to the next line. So what happens in your notes then, it says print means to print what's in the parentheses, then stay on the line. Stay on the same line. So don't go to the next line down. And so that's what happens here. It prints what's in parentheses right up to improved, right up here, and then the insertion point stays on this line and waits for the next thing to be printed, which is first Java application, and so it prints that. Okay, now what someone should see then is they would notice is that there's no space in between. So you would have to go back and fix that. So you go up into the code here, and there's a couple places. We could put a space here after improved, or we can put a space here before the word first. So let's compile this. It says operation complete, so then we're going to run. And so now notice then it used to not have a space in between, but now it does. Alright, so that's how you would fix that. Before we move on, we want to take a look at one more thing. Sometimes when you want to write a program from scratch, as we showed before, what you can do is go in and change the name of an existing program and then do a save as, and that way you can use the class header and the main method and the braces. You don't have to type any of those because they'll already be there. Another way to do that is to go to File and New and Java. So File, New, Java, and that creates a blank Java file. Now notice down here you have another button. So we have 2 program buttons which can be moved. You can change the order of them. And so what you can do is click in the program that has text that you want to copy. And so while we're in this program, now we can do Control A, or if you're on a Mac you would do Command A, and that selects all the text. Then you do Control or Command C, and that copies it. Then you go to the new file and just you're clicked in there and do Control or Command V as in Victor. And so then at that point then you can change the name of the program to whatever you want it to be, and you've got your class header, your braces, and your main method already in there, and then you just have to change the code in here to do what you want it to do. So anyways, that's an idea. Again, I'm going to close this and discard the edits because I don't want to save this. And then we will go on to the next thing. Okay, on page 2, in today's class we did talk about number 5 here. And so a computer program is a set of written instructions that tell the computer what to do. A set of written instructions that tells the computer what to do. So right up here, as you'll notice, these right here, these are written instructions. The instructions are, I want you to print, I'm telling the computer to print my new and improved, and then I need you to print first Java application. And so those are instructions written in Java that tell the computer what to do. They're written on a text editor like Notepad in Windows or TextEdit in Mac. So a text editor of some type, and then or you can write a computer program within a developmental environment like JGrasp. And this is developmental because it helps us as we learn Java, because it's color-coded. We're able to compile and to run the program and test the code out. Where somebody typing on a notepad, they wouldn't have any of that. So that's all there is up to page 2, number 5 in our Chapter 1 notes.